Hi, Diane. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. I'm so excited to chat with you. It's a complete honor to chat with
No,
you.
no, it's not. You're so pretty, and I love green on you. That's like
Oh, thank you.
what
Oh,
you
thanks
wear.
so
Everything's
much.
cool
Oh,
about you.
oh, thank you.
It's like a '40s movie star look. It's really cool. You know what I mean? Like the old school. Oh, it's cool.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so great to chat with you. So excited. Tell me, like, how did Tell It Like a Woman, how did this project come about for you?
My friend Chiara, I don't know how to say her last name. Chiara Telesi. She's Italian. She had told me about this project, and it was such a cool project of putting together, these different, kind of short films about women's stories from women directors and actresses from all over the world. Tell It Like a Woman. I was so intrigued by it, and you have so many different, you know just different colors and stories and emotions and it just I needed a song. It's not like writing a song for one movie, or so it had to be a song that could tie them all together, and I just thought, you know what, all you women go through a lot of stuff, and all us women really,
Yeah.
it's like, you know what, stop for 1 second, give yourself some applause. Give yourself some applause. You deserve it. Give yourself some respect because you've earned it. Give yourself some love because you're worth it. You know, so it's at the end of the day. We just have to sometimes do that. It really fit that end of that movie.
Yeah, it does. And I feel like it should be the song that I listen to when I go to the gym or something. It's really can like
Yeah.
pump you up. Especially I wanted to ask you about the faster version at the end of the credits because
Yeah.
they're like two different versions. Do you prefer one over the other, or how did that come about?
Well, I thought the song worked both ways, and that's the mark of a good song. It's like if you have the structure, the bones, you could build two different houses, and they could both be great. And so, back in the day, I wrote a song called "Unbreak My Heart." You know,
I love that
and
song.
but thank you. And it was the same kind of thing where I was writing it, as a ballad and thinking it's up tempo, and this was the same kind of thing. Well, so I thought emotionally it works better as a ballad, especially in the movie that it's inside the film. But then at the end, it's celebratory. So you have this, this emotional version of give yourself some applause, and at the end of the movie, yeah, let's dance and just, like you said, pump that up at the gym and just, and this is the kind of song where, you need to look in the mirror sometimes and go, man, just give yourself some fucking applause. It's not easy to get through this life and
Yeah,
the stuff
right.
we have to go through, and so it's both emotional and celebratory, so that the song works in both ways.
That's great. Did you get to choose which vignette that you wanted to compose the song for, or like
Well, I
how
wrote
did
the
that
song.
selection process come about?
Well, I wrote the song to fit everything, and then
Yeah,
it just so happened that the Indian one, which is really a beautiful story about beauty, that really fit that. That inside the film, that ballad version really worked in that. You know,
yeah.
and then and of course it works at the end because it ties everything together. But it was just another gift to get to, have that song work for that movie.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Um, how soon did you know that Sofia Carson would be singing it? And when you were writing it, did you have a specific type of voice in mind for it, or do you ever do that with your songs?
Yeah, sometimes my main thing is to really write a great song, and then, like, as I'm writing it or whatever, I'm thinking it can go different ways, or this artist could do it, that artist could do it. Well, the reason I picked Sophia, and here's what I do when I write songs for movies, and this is like important to me, is I'm casting that artist to be the voice of that movie, so that it has to be authentic, you know.
Yeah,
Whether it, all these movie songs I've done, the voice has been authentic. They could be another character in the movie, right? Sophia Carson is not only, a beautiful woman and an amazing singer, but she's a badass. She's an amazing strong person. And I got to know her a bit before I did the song with her, and I'm like, she's not a diva. She's stands for women. She's just a powerful woman, really, a powerful young woman. And I knew vocally that she could nail it, you know. And I knew that she was authentic to the song and the movie.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have to ask you about, since you've been nominated, so many times and you got your honorary Oscar, but if
Yeah.
you could pick one of your nominated songs through the years to represent that honorary Oscar, which song would you want it to be?
Wow. Um, Boy, I mean, conceptually, it would be
What, or
this.
whatever, yeah, or it doesn't
Well,
have to be just your maybe one of your favorites, or have you ever thought about like, oh, this is the one I wanted to
to
have
win.
the Oscar? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few. Like I thought, because you loved me,
Yes.
back in the day. Like that's one I really wanted to win. And I really thought the song that I wrote for that Gaga sang "Till It Happens to You." That was the
Yes.
year, and that was the year I thought this is going to win. 'Cause everybody was saying, "Oh, it's going to win," and and it ended. I ended up winning the Emmy for it, but it didn't win the Oscar. But that performance, I remember being there and hearing, Gaga hitting those notes that I still don't know how she hit. And then with all those, survivors of sexual abuse, when nobody
Right.
was talking about this stuff then,
Right. Yeah.
you know, and so here they are all on stage, men and women and with writing on their arm, and it was just so powerful, that whole performance. And then it was like, and it goes to commercial break and then they come back and the winner is, oh, not my song. Oops. And I think if I was like, I always said that if they could vote one more time, like you get a vote again after a performance, because a lot of times people just see a movie. They'll see, because
Right.
we lost to a Bond song that year.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, then they don't know, they might not know the hunting ground that I wrote the song for. And this year, I got to tell you something funny. So
Yeah.
when I got the phone call that I was getting the honorary Oscar, I was in the studio with Sofia doing applause, doing the ballad version.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So you're giving
Yeah.
yourself applause as
Yeah,
literally.
I was like, wow, like this is so cool. Like maybe I should give myself some applause for a second, and then go back to beating the shit out of myself again. But for a minute, so that was really cool. So I'm hoping it would be cool to for my Oscar to have a friend.
Yeah.
So
Seriously. That would be great. Well, Ben, I have to ask you too, since you answered all my questions about applause, but my final question is, you have a song for 80 for Brady.
oh
Good for
yeah, I'm
you.
so excited about
Yeah.
that.
So like, yeah, how did this come about, and what can you tell us about it?
So yeah, I was asked to do a song for 80 for Brady, and it's Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Sally Field, Rita Moreno, all these badass women, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, and I wrote "Gonna Be You," and I wrote a song about friendship. I wanted it to be like something that you could sing to your friends, your good friends at any age, really, And I thought, I saw the title 80, and I go, I'm going to get 80s icons. Like, what if I put a supergroup together, right? I was already working, because I'm doing a record with Belinda Carlisle, which is amazing. She's
Oh
going
my
to
gosh,
have
I
the
love
biggest
her.
comeback. So I was already working with Belinda. I go, what if I got well, Dolly, that would be so cool to put Dolly after, like 9 to 5 with Lily
Yes.
and Fonda. And then, I reached out to Debbie Harry and Gloria Estefan, who I've done a lot of songs with, and to Cyndi Lauper, who I also worked with, and
All
Dolly.
like my favorites, like all of my
Isn't it
favorites.
cool? Like,
Yes.
and they all, none of them said no. They all loved the song. They all said yes. And I was like, oh, there's my ringtone. That's applause. I should have turned it off, but it's good background music for us, you know? So, so it's I'm really excited about that, because it's kind of cool to do this 80s super group, right? By the way, it's not just 80s, because these women are all badass. It's like
Great.
they're all relevant. They're all like
Oh yeah.
icons. I mean, who's more relevant than Dolly Parton,
I know,
But
seriously.
and Dolly Parton, and then, I mean, Dolly Parton sang my song. That's so cool. I just ran into her like about a month ago. She goes, "I love that song." I'm like, "That's so cool," because it's cool when a great songwriter does your song, that doesn't need you, you know. But I'm so lucky that I get to do this, that I get to have all those singers on a song. I'm so lucky that I get to write, a song like Applause. If you look at the comments on, by the way, I'm changing the subject, but the comments like on the video and the notes I'm getting from people, they're going, this song is giving me strength.
I was looking at
You
the
know,
comments too. Yeah, they're
it's
very
really cool.
people. Yeah, are really affected by it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. They're going, you know, I beat myself up all the time. This song is making me give myself some love. And I'm like, well, that's what it's about. You know, that's what you do these songs for, you know, if they can help people. And I love to put positivity in the world, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure and a huge fan and such an
oh,
honor
thank you.
to chat with you. And
Oh,
hopefully your honorary Oscar gets a buddy. So
I'm hoping.
yeah.
Great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you. Have a wonderful day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.